JD in the Duffle Bag podcast. We're back again, yeah. And you know what? I feel like this has kind of been a long time coming, you know.
100%.
I feel like it has been that. Over a period of time, I've started to feel like I wanted to have a conversation with you.
Vice versa, I would say. I feel like you're a very intelligent person.
Yes.
And I feel like, you know, I can gain a lot of knowledge from having a chat with you. So
I feel like I can gain something from you. I got M Huncho with me, by the way, for people who are listening. I feel like I could gain a lot from you, or like people could gain a lot from you. One thing I've noticed actually, yeah, you seem like you got a decent business acumen. Like, you know, you have like a certain mindset when it comes to what it is that you're doing, which surprises me. If I'm being honest, it surprises me. Where does that come from, though?
It just comes from going up, going down, going up, going down, and finding the flaws in, you know, stuff that I used to do prior to music. You know, when you've got something that's not really going right, you have to literally look at every aspect of it.
Yeah.
You know, let's just say music, for example. Is management doing their job? If not, what have they done wrong? What am I doing wrong? Oh, I'm late. That's something I need to work on. So and so is not doing this right. So and so is not doing. I feel like in life, especially when it comes to business, everything is a team effort.
Definitely.
So my thing is based on me being the artist, and me having two managers. One of them who's with me with day-to-day life, and the other one who is older than both of us, me and my day-to-day manager. And he takes care of the networking side of things. He's got relationships, or he's built relationships, either from scratch or, you know, email introductions and stuff like that. And, you know, building up a network with different, you know, people from the music business that can help benefit us. And vice versa, because you know how this works. And
obviously has like, I can imagine has like a certain level of experience, yeah? Or not really?
The thing is, he does have a certain level of experience, but I feel like, you know, experience comes as you grow older as
Definitely.
well. You know, life experience, as you gain more years under your belt, you gain more experience, and there's literally nothing that can stop you from learning something new every day. You know, you might not be aware of something that I might make you aware of, and boom, you've got something in your head that you didn't know about. And you might be, you know, for example, I'll have conversations with my pups, and he's what, 55, 56, 57.
I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, rah, how old's dad still? Like, you know, I know roughly the age and that, but then they sort, it's all mad.
Literally,
it's like one of those ages.
One of them ages,
somewhere in the 50s.
Literally. And you know, I'll have conversations with my dad, and he's got life experience. He's got years. He might be from a different generation, but he's got years under his belt. And you know, there's things that we can talk about that he can learn from.
Is he a businessman?
He's not.
Okay.
He's not. And that's the thing. But I've got, you know, I've got cousins and family members from my mum's side that have been involved in business. But see the way life works. Life don't work in a way where man sit down and ask questions and ask people to, you know, give us direction. It's all about trial and error.
Yeah.
You know, I'd rather make a decision, end up finding out that it's a mistake, learn from that mistake and move forward. I didn't have support from, you know, people that are business minded or have businesses that I know. The only thing they did tell man is to just never give up.
Being committed to something. Everyone has the idea of like, oh yeah, like I want to do it because I'm seeing such and such do it, and then people start it for a little while, but then the commitment always just drops off because in your heart and soul it's not really there.
You're not there, and this is the thing. This is my whole mind frame. This is how I think. A lot of people make music to get the bag, bro.
Yeah.
No one actually loves and respects music. Some people might not like my music. Good on you. You pay for a service, Spotify, Apple Music. You're allowed to have an opinion. It doesn't affect my grind. It doesn't, you know, life is not opinion based. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's factual. So even when someone turns around and looks at another artist and says, you know, this guy's trash, if he's got fans, he's not trash. He's just not your cup of tea.
Well, yeah, because the thing is, I've had a conversation with someone else about this before, where we was talking about whether music is subjective or not, yeah? And like, he's of the opinion that it's not subjective. It's like, it's either good or it's not good.
I don't think it's a subjective thing, to be honest with you, because you know, for someone that I made music purely because I went into the studio to see my friend make music, and he left, and there was an hour left in that session, and I had never seen a studio before, and I told the engineer, can I try something? And I tried something, and then I was like, this isn't great, but I can hear the direction it's going in. I know that I'm not in my final form yet. Right now, I know I'm not in my final form yet. Look, my thing is this: people are quick to say someone is this, someone is that, yeah? But really and truly, what are they doing? Do you know what I'm trying to say? You are just a consumer. Be a consumer. If you're not a creative, you can have your opinion, but that opinion is not going to stick around, and it's not going to be on, you know, one of them motivational quotes when you enter the barbershop. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? It's none of them type of things, bro. Like, music is music, bro. The type of music I listen to it's not nowhere near what I make.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I've made my own lane. I feel like I make my own genre of music. Like, it's like singing melodic trap music of my own kind. But bear in mind, yes, I do use auto-tune, but I don't need to because I can actually sing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's just, you know, little things. Like, when I make a song, I don't sit down and think, oh, you know what, this is the banger. I like this about the song. I don't look at the good points, bro. I look at the negatives.
Really?
Yes, bro. You have to look at the bad points about the song, not the good points. Because when you look at the bad points, that's when you take out, you know, what you actually need to improve on. I can't tell you my accomplishments right now. And even though I might have accomplishments, I can't tell you this because I haven't had the time to sit down and look back and count up my what I've achieved, my achievements, my accomplishments, my so on and so forth. I was like, until the mission is complete, I can't look back and tell you what I've achieved, because frankly, it's not what I've achieved yet. When I achieve it, I won't be doing this no more.
I have to stop you there because I was going to ask you something a little bit later, but I'm going to ask you it now as you've said this, yeah?
Yeah.
But I was watching something where you was having a conversation with someone else, and you said, the first thing you said was, success isn't here yet, but it's coming.
Yeah.
Do you feel the success now more?
No.
Nah.
Engagement, yeah. Success, no.
Talk to me.
Let me ask you a question. How many people have come in and out of the music scene since I've been in the music scene? I've been in the music scene 3 years.
Countless.
How many people have disappeared off the map?
Countless.
How many people have people talked about and said, "Raw, my man fell off"?
You know what? I would say the majority that come in are the majority that leave. Only a certain amount stick.
As soon as they get that one track, bro, or they feel like they have that little drop of success or, you know, something that they can, you know, celebrate, that celebration process, it gets too extended, bro. They celebrate for too long. This is not a celebratory time. Yeah, we're still working.
Tour,
sold out the tour. Second one.
Your London date was it Printworks?
Printworks. And bro, this is what people don't realise. I sacrificed 90% of my check to give the people a show.
See, that's another thing, bro. Because like, I'm always having a conversation.
You are, for real.
But like, we was talking about like live shows and stuff, yeah?
Yeah.
And one of the things that I feel is missing a lot from a lot of artists, like the success that everyone is having right now in the UK scene and stuff is still relatively new at the level that it's at. Doing a venue like Printworks, that was unheard of. Man wasn't really doing, like, you'd have one or two people that were doing them. Do you get what I'm saying? But Brixton Academy, you weren't getting people that are doing it. Now, you're getting like a lot more artists that are hitting a level of success where they're able to do these big venues like this and like that and whatever, yeah. 100. And like instantly, to me, that is amazing. However, sometimes I feel like it's almost too fast for some, because some are not necessarily going into some of these big venues and thinking, I need to put on a show. It's more about, right, how do I just maximize the back? But I tell you now, yeah, one of the things that will always stand out to like whatever generation that you're in is an experience. If you give people an experience.
Exactly.
And the only way sometimes that you can give people an experience is if you say, you know what, you look at the budget and you say, you know what, I'm going to dip into that a little bit, because this is bigger than just doing the show. But this is about legacy.
100%. With me, I don't even just dip in there, bro. it's not a dip, it's a full-on splash. Like, the experience, like you said, is the biggest matter. You know, people don't go to Travis Scott shows because Travis Scott's just standing there with his DJ. He's got a bloody roller coaster.
Roller coaster, bro.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? That production, do you know how much production for him costs?
Mad.
Over $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, off the back end of that, people are leaving and people are saving it and going on Snapchat, and they after a year, you know, when the yearly recap comes and Travis Scott shows, and you know, people are talking about, I went to Travis Scott show, it was lit. Bro, the aim is no one should have access unless you let them have access, bro. Do you know how many shows I've turned down?
Yeah.
Do you know how many shows I've turned down? 15 bag a show. Do you know how many shows I've turned down, bro? I've probably turned down 150 racks, 200 bags in shows.
Right.
Why? Because I don't care about the 200 bags right now.
Yeah.
Do you get it? I don't care about that. It's about building your brand, like
the bigger picture.
Yeah, and then obviously you have the odd people here and there that believe, you know, they know what I look like, that will try ruin the brand. Oh, there's a picture of this guy going around and I'm this guy from Eastenders and all of that kind of nonsense.
Yeah, I see that still. Someone posted that the other day. Someone posted something the other day, yeah. But there's obviously always going to be the people out there that like it's such a big thing for them. Actually, it's not even really that. It's like it's internet, innit?
I'll give you an example, yeah. There's a picture of one of the people that are close friends of mine, yeah, family members, whatnot. When we used to go to shows, like before I even started this, my cautious level, my caution meter has been on high alert. I've never rolled up, even when I had a normal bally, like a balaclava, I've never rolled it up on any instance at an event. You know, there's people that will find like there's a picture of someone going around, yeah, which is actually a very close friend of mine, yeah, and they're saying
the picture is your close friend.
Which one? The picture that you seen recently? No,
the picture I think someone was saying, I don't even watch EastEnders, bro, so I couldn't tell you.
This is what I'm trying to say.
There was like basically a Don standing outside at Albert Square thing.
Why the would I go and stand and take a picture outside Albert Square, bro? Am I a bruv? Do you think like man's doing this EastEnders thing, bro?
I hear that still.
Well, man's live, a man's out here. Yeah. What am I doing sitting watching EastEnders, bro?
As well. It looks like a recent picture.
Like. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, you know what it is? It's just banter, innit? And I'm with it. I don't mind you when people have banter, bro. I actually don't. I laugh with them because I'm one to be quick with my banter, bro.
Yeah. You have to expect it, though.
Bro, listen, what I give, I expect.
All right.
People know me on Twitter for being Mr. Live Corn. Because no one can at me and try to get away with it, bro. Like, do you get it? I'll always have a response. I'll always have a comeback. I'll come back strong, bro. But when that person done that, whole me being this guy from EastEnders thing, I couldn't even reply because imagine Twitter put me on a ban in it for 5 days.
What?
7 days, yeah. So my account got suspended for 7 days because I called Katie Hop in it.
Oh, mad. Well, she said a lot worse things than that. And yeah, I know that she's got banned, yeah, but fam, it took her about 10 years to get a ban.
No, but hear this, absolutely racist and anti-everything, apart from herself.
Have you never... You got a song called Dishonorable, one of my favourite songs, by the way, on the album, yeah? And like, obviously the hook is about dishonourable people,
yeah.
And a lot of the time, dishonourable people can actually be the people that are closest to you, family members and stuff.
Not mine.
Has it ever crossed your mind that a family member would be dishonourable to you?
Not really, because they know how I am. I owned my family home before I done music, bro. How many man can say that that are doing music right now? I bought my thing.
Nah,
like this is what I'm trying to say. All these dishonourable people, yeah, they know where I stand. These are the same people when I first started doing music saying, oh, this guy's this guy's that, and now they want to come to shows. How do you want me to accept that?
Yeah.
You want to come to my show? And you know what? Me being me, I'm petty, bro. I'll let you come to my show. Friends let you down, bro. But there's the ones that don't. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. There's the ones that have stuck solid the whole time. You know, I don't make friends. I don't like making new friends. Unless I feel your energy and I feel like, yeah, this guy's genuine person. I don't like, bro, I'm at an age... How old are you, Chuckie? Not if you don't mind me asking.
I'm early 30. I'm 30 and change.
Cool. I'm not far off you, bro. I'm like 3-4 years off you. 3 years, 4 years probably. So I'm at that age where I don't want to make new friends. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's true. And the thing is, it's like, when you said, you know, you don't really make friends and that, it's mad because I battle with that sometimes because, see, for me, yeah, I always say I'm a sociable recluse.
Yeah.
So I can be in a place and I can chat to anyone.
100%.
I can go in anywhere, I could adapt, I can be in any type of room, yeah. But when it comes down to like just who I keep around me as close people, I can't add to it.
But this is the thing. You see the concept of best interest, for example, that whole concept of someone having their best interest, or you having my best interest at heart, and so on and so forth. That's a real thing. You know, my mum always used to tell me, like, your enemies will make you laugh and your friends will make you cry. Because your friends will tell you the truth and it's something that you don't want to hear. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When there's, you know, there's a level of honesty that comes with friendship. You know, when you get past that certain age where you do have these people around you that are there to support you, why is there a need to add more? You don't need to open up your life or open up your heart or open up your brain for people to come and pick it. You know, new people especially. Given that access to someone to know you, like, there's people that I've let get to know me, like, every aspect of me, which I regret. I wouldn't say I regret, but I'm not fond of it. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, you can't really regret it because you
it's
feel
part of
a way
life,
about it. But it's you learn, innit?
Friendship works in the same way as business relationships as well. The only thing that's involved is emotion. That is it. And I just feel like, you know, once I went past that age of 25, 24, 25, I gathered that, you know, no one's really genuine, and the people that have stuck with me all my life, I'd rather just have them around.
Like, obviously you're not a superstar, but you're of extreme popularity with the mask on. So a lot of people know it with that, but you take that off and it's fine. I've always said, for me personally, I've always felt like the people who could make music and hit a certain point without showing their face is the real winners. Yeah. So like, I used to think that at first about like the writers.
I just feel like it's good when someone focuses on something else. I would urge a lot of people around me to, you know, try get into writing, songwriting, and other artists that I know, and so on and so forth, to get into songwriting. But, you know, it's not going to be the same concept as what you said, because these guys are already artists. Yeah. But songwriters play a big role. You know, a lot of people, me personally, I write my own music, but I'm not against songwriting. In the beginning, I'm not going to lie, because I come from a certain era, I was against it. I come from a generation where, you know, for me, the greatest rapper alive is Jay-Z. And second is Nas. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's the type of generation I come from.
Your thing would be different though if you had someone to come and help you write, because you're rap singing-ish. Like, it's not the same, is it, really?
It's not the same, but it is the same. If someone could write for me, thinking they're me, I feel like, you know, it will unlock a different level. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's good to get input from other creators. Do you know what I'm trying to say? When I have studio sessions, Chuck, I'll tell you for free, bro. Like, it's like 5 days in the studio. Pull up 15, 20 man in there. We got producers on deck making beats right there and then. Do you know what I'm like? It's like, comes like a camp. You know, you have creators, you know, whichever artist I'm working with, I'll be like, oh, like, you should do this. He'll be in the booth. I'll be like, yeah, you should do this, man. You should, like, try to do this with your vocals. Trust me, you can do it. My man will try something different. It would work. I'll go into the booth. You know, someone will tell me, like, yo, bro, you should replace that bar, man. You should write something else. You should write something like da-da-da-da-da. Do you get it? Like, this is all part of the creative process. When someone else can hear where you're going and they just feel like, ooh, like, I like it. I feel like that bit could be replaced. Or I feel like that bit could be done differently. Or, you know, you should use a different melody for that bit. You know, I'll try something. I'll be like, you know, I have two tones. I have a high one or a low one. And, you know, they'll be like, I'll be like doing it in a low tone, or speaking to the mic. Bro, should I do that in a higher tone? Yeah, man, try it, man. Let's see how it sounds. As soon as I go like 3-4 times, fourth take, I'll find the maddest melody. Like, and it comes from the support from the outside of the booth. When I'm looking at the people that are in the studio area and they're just watching, or they're telling me how to maneuver my vocals, because they know me well enough to know how my vocals work. You know, I don't see that as getting help. I see that as getting creative direction. Because it's not help. We don't need help to get anywhere. We've made it like a certain level without needing any help.
privacy for some people, if they were able to get it, would be so beneficial for them. Like I look at, there's an R&B singer called Summer Walker, right? And she finds doing shows really difficult because
she's very
she's introverted. She has like anxiety and these type of things, and it's like going out on stage dealing with I think the performance aspect of it is not so much the issue, but it's all like these different types of energies where she was like, she said before, it's like I have to go out and like talk to these people, to everyone, and everyone expects me to give them a certain amount of energy each time or whatnot, which made me think, of course she wouldn't do this, but if you were a creative who felt these type of ways, and you actually found a way to make your art speak more than actually just the physical aspect of your face. If you had that, it might help with being able to do shows and dealing with people. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
I do.
And does that work? Is that kind of like partly part of the reason? Because obviously,
I wouldn't say so, because even without this mask, when I like generally bump into people like on a day-to-day life or whatever, customer service assistants and so on and so forth, I never have that. And myself, and my voice is so distinctive. If you actually pay attention and you listen to me and you have that conversation with me, you're gonna be like, raw.
Yeah. I swear that's my man.
Are you so and so, bro? I've had people come up to me and say, "Are you so and so?"
Yeah.
And at one point,
it's the bottom lip as well. Still.
It is but you know what it is. As soon as I take this off, you'll see my top lip is full on as well.
Oh, okay.
Like I've never ever come out and said that I'm from any specific region of the world or nation from like anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
I haven't, taken accountability as to where I'm from. People will look at me and be like, "Oh, this guy's got hair on his arms. He's definitely Asian," for example, or he's definitely this. So you're telling me you have never come across a man that has hair on his hands, bro, or on his arms? If I
got hair on I'm a hairy don.
This is what I'm trying to say, bro.
My legs are mad.
And disclaimer,
not too mad, but they're kind of. Do you get what I'm saying?
Disclaimer needs to know that I'm not Asian, just to put it out there.
Okay.
I even forgot what I was saying, man. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the privacy aspect of things. People come up with their own conspiracy theories and stuff like, okay, big man, what are you gonna do? Make a Netflix documentary? Like, no one. There's real fans. My fans that have been with me from the get go and that have grown. My fan base is like a cult fan base. It's like they're with man, ride or die. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like it's like literally having a cult movement. And those ones there, they don't even care if I take it off, if I leave it on, if I do this. That just keep releasing music, bro.
Just release bangers.
Do you get it?
All that matters is the music speaks, and that's the best thing, bro. Because sometimes people like people because they look a certain way, because they look good, or do you know what I mean? Like they're in a relationship
I look good,
or whatever.
I look good.
What do you mean? Like now?
No. Without this, I'm a handsome fella.
But people are sold into more the music than they are just how you look. The mask adds to the marketing.
No, it does add to the marketing. But on the other hand, bro, for me, long-term stuff depends on things like family, creating your own, having children, blah 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 blah. Like, I'm not taking the risk of walking down the street, and people knowing who I am with my child and approaching me, and like everyone's excited, and when I'm with, like, for example, my child in the future, children get scared at any moment, bro. Any moment, if someone can approach you and a child can just be like, what I'm trying to say, like, and that's not a position that I'm trying to put myself in. I'm trying to be able to have a family. I'm trying to be able to have kids that I can go and do stuff with out in the open without, being filmed or, someone filming me from far. Oh, this is do you know what I'm trying to say? All these conspiracy theorists and so on and so forth, I just feel like they're delusional because, even when I first started doing music, the way that we used to move as a team, I have my cousins and people around me. And when I tell you, bro, I'm a big guy, but my cousins are just as big and maybe even bigger. And when we used to go to places, 9 times out of 10, if we're doing, like, for example, a tour like, or a show somewhere where entry and exit is a bit weird, and do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, it's not as quick and efficient as, you know, as a professional venue and so on and so forth. You know, three or four of us used to wear the same clothes, bro. Like, I used to go to and do shows in a Nike tracksuit on purpose, because that Nike tracksuit can be bought by 3 other people that I'm with, 4, and they'll all wear woolly hats, balaclavas rolled up. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So the whole thing is to distract. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if we're leaving a venue and they think, oh, that's my man, boom, take a picture of him. Or catch Don slipping, like, took a picture of him or whatnot. And now that picture, for example, circulates the internet. Oh, this is my man. Now you're just giving fame to one of my cousins, my guy, or one of my brethren. Well done.
See, like, brand deals and that, because I used to think sometimes, like, obviously I've seen bare people at one point wearing balaclavas and all of these type of things, I think the balaclava in particular probably would have made it harder. This, what you've created now, because that's your own thing, it's your identity, is probably easier now, But see, like, even before with the balaclava, or even with that, like, was it harder to kind of secure certain brand deals and that? Were some people, like, just a little bit reluctant to kind of...
It depends, because look, like, Billionaire Boys Club would send me stuff, for example. It depends what you're with. The other day, I had a shoot for W Magazine for Burberry. Ricardo Tisci, he's I think he's the creative director or chief executive of Burberry. He came, his history goes from Givenchy, Versace, being the creative director of these companies in the past. He's come to Burberry now, and he was asked to compile a bunch of people that inspire him, whether they're models or artists. You know, one of the people that was there was Irene the Sheikh. And then the second person that was there was M Huncho, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like,
that's a lot. I like that flex there still.
And you know, we done a shoot for Burberry. Burberry put me in a Burberry suit, and literally the whole creative direction for me was they wanted me to look like a Kingpin from Spider-Man. Remember Kingpin?
Okay,
So I had my mask on, white shirt buttoned up, grey blazers, like just a bit off colouring from my masks, around the same colour. Black Oxfords, no tie, just standing there with a Burberry brooch, taking pictures for W Magazine. And then when I actually looked deeper into it, and I was like, W Magazine, one of the biggest magazines in the world, one of the biggest fashion magazines in the world. And a lot of fashionistas or people that are into fashion would see this as being something creative. They'll see this as being something different. They'll see this as being something fashionable. So if I do get a brand deal with any major brand, for example, I'll tell them to make my next mask. And that way they can have that brand stuck onto me.
That's the money.
A lot of people in the beginning were very, I would say, not on high alert, but cautious of doing something with me, because they just feel like, this guy's just another killer in a mask, or another man that just talks about violence. And, it was annoying at first because everyone kind of associated me with drill, because drill music, masks, it makes sense. But, I did not make drill music. Until date, I haven't done a drill song. Probably done one in the past, a hook for like RV and Heady One or something like that. But
anyone that listens to you properly will know that that's not what you do.
Do you get it? Anyone that listens to me properly will know that that's not what I do. But from first judgment, they'll be like, this guy's a drill artist.
Definitely.
Do you get it?
Sometimes I listen to you, and even when I hear you speak, I think it's mad to me that you've only been in the game for like what, coming up to 4 years, and the Mad About Bars was like one of the first things that you did, right? Before going into the studio and that, But I need to just talk to me a little bit in detail about that, because how do you go from literally just... You said that you went into the studio and you was like, right, let me try something. But surely you was trying it in your yard.
I wasn't.
You weren't trying, like literally just in the studio that day, you was like, all right, cool.
And then after that, I started going to the studio every single day. And I feel like the booth was mad therapeutic, because I could speak, and you don't have to listen. But I could speak if I want to, while not caring if people want to listen or not. it all started with me sitting down in my friend's house, and M Skengdo and my Mad About Bars are the most watched Mad About Bars.
Yours popped. I think it's on like 16 million now.
And AM and Skengdo is on 17 million, 18 million, or even 20, I don't.
And it was that same day. It's like there's something in the air that day. And I saw you show, because I saw a video of the tour that you did, and like Oscar was in it. Yeah. And like you were showing him a lot of love, like letting him know, fam, like
I wouldn't be here because of my man. If it wasn't for my man, I wouldn't be here. 100%. September 2017. My Mad About Bars came out April. Yeah,
early 2017. I remember I saw it not long after it dropped.
As soon as I released that tape, we went on to the tape after that. It was called 48 Hours. By the time we got to 48 Hours, that's when I decided to plant myself. And then, when I planted myself, and through the people around me, I got that sunshine that I needed. I grew, bro. I blossomed. And having that right support, that's what I see as the sunshine. When I planted myself in and I got the sunshine from the people around me, that's when I blossomed into a beautiful flower, bro. 48 Hours was a successful EP. It was 8 songs. And, I didn't drop a mixtape. That came out in April 2018. I didn't drop a mixtape from April 2018 to April 2019 when I dropped Utopia. Yeah. That's a whole year. And, I'm not one to care about the charts. 48 Hours came like number 68? 68, yeah? A whole year later, Utopia came number 12. What? 13. Came number 13 in the charts. Now, look at the growth. Look at the jump from number 68 to 13. Now, I'm not here to compare anyone's numbers, but my Utopia done better than a lot of people's mixtapes that were out at that time. But see me, I don't care about who's releasing. I'll release in a competitive period, not to compete, but because I want my music out. Yeah. A lot of people wait for that quiet period. Who's releasing this week? You
got a fan base as well that are gonna gravitate to it, and people will just gravitate on top of that as well. It's interesting you even mentioned growth, bro, because there was growth on top of that. Because I know that you hit a top 5 with this project. Yeah, and musically as well, I'm listening to this stuff and you're calling it a mixtape, and obviously people call stuff whatever they want to, but sonically, bro, the way that like the production is put together, like the melodies in them and the pianos and all of that type of stuff, is super albumish.
And this is the thing, when you think that's super albumish and you wait for my album, I'll see you after my album, Chuckie. Yeah, man. We'll have a chat, because the thing is, my album is going to be made in a completely different environment. Choirs, child choir, laying down vocals to make samples for beats, pianos, live instrument players coming down and putting down riffs. I'm going to have my selective producers that I'm going to call over from all over the world, tell them to come. I've got a residential studio for 2 weeks, come through. Let's make magic. We live in that studio, we eat in that studio, we make music in that studio, we laugh in that studio, we have serious talks in that studio. That's how my album is going to be made. My album, I've already planned my album. My album's getting made as we speak. Another song as well, that's on the project is that I like, is the N one, Wait Till I Finish. Wait Till I Finish, yeah, right? And it's like, that's a song that's basically about you just saying, I can't wait till I'm done out of this thing. Yeah, 100%. But like, what makes you feel that way? Because it's mad, like, you've only been in the game for a short period of time and there's still super levels to go. Wait Till I Finish doesn't necessarily mean that I'm trying to finish as soon as possible. I'm in a rush, but I can't imagine myself being 35 years of age and making music. No offense to anyone that does, but I can't imagine myself doing it. In my 30s, I can imagine myself having my family and being more business orientated and helping the youth, get themselves out of places that they're not meant to be in. What are you trying to get out of this? What am I trying to get out of this? Yeah. Good music and good vibes. I want to be able to go to a show and just perform. Like, see, performing for me is as big as recording, if not bigger. I like performing. I like standing on stage and having the crowd under control. I like you know, giving that energy to the crowd that these guys paid for a show, so I'm gonna give them a show. Like, you know, I've had back-to-back tour dates where my voice is going, and after every show I'm sitting down drinking lemon ginger and just biting
It's not easy.
It's not easy,
man.
It's not easy, but it is, if not more important than recording, because the 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10 because that's a dumb stat, but you know, a good percentage of artists can make, you know, you said Summer Walker before, she gets anxiety, this, that, her performance might not be 10-10 when she's on stage. A lot of people are recording artists, not performing artists.
I like how you think of, you know what, I'm on this thing of, I want to, when it comes to doing a live show, this is an experience thing. Like, that's so important, man.
Bro, in Printworks, I wore a poncho. Huncho in a poncho, bro. Yeah, I wore a poncho. And there was 3,000 people. Like I said, I sacrificed 90% of my check. Bro, there was planets hanging from the roof.
Mad.
My tape was called Utopia. There was planets hanging from the roof. The roof came down. The planets came down. The lighting changed. Stuff started popping in the air. Like, it's a show.
You can't do that without a high level of commitment.
Exactly.
Before we go, quickly, are you a boxing guy?
Yeah.
So what, did you watch the Tyson and Wilder thing?
I didn't stay up for it, but I woke up and watched the highlights.
Did you?
Yeah.
Bro.
I just feel like he got battered.
Bro, the man got punched up, bro.
I don't want to hear a man say that he got, you know, the 45-pound suit he wore.
Big man like that. Big man like that coming into the ring with a thing, and the excuse is going to be that he had something that was a little bit too heavy for him and now he's got no legs. That is insane to me,
45 pounds distributed, yeah, divided by 2, both sides of your body is 22.5, yeah. 22.5 pounds, yeah, is less than, it's probably like just over 10 kilos. Yeah,
that's not even.
Now, I'll be honest with you, bro, yeah. When I go to the gym, 45 pounds is what goes on one side on the bench press. The other 45 goes on the other. Do you get it? If a big man that boxes, that is much more healthier, fitter than me, has training camps and so on and so forth, is complaining about a 45-pound armor
outrageous
that you wore for 30 seconds to walk and then took it off
50 yards
and took it off, I'm not gonna lie to you, well done to Fury. I've always liked Fury. I feel like the mental challenges that he's had is much bigger than the boxing fight that he's
100%.
had. I feel like the mental challenges that he's gone through, you have to applaud him for that before you applaud him for the victory he's had against Wilder. Because at one point you would have looked at Fury and said, this man's lost everything. These type of topics, bro, I'm telling you, we need more time for this, man.
I'm telling you, bruv, and we're gonna do that differently anyway. But bro, love and guidance to you every time. Thank you for coming through, and honourable shout out to you, your mixtape that you've got out. I hope the tour goes well and stuff like that. And once you finish doing that, we'll connect again.
100%, 100%, my bro. Appreciate it.
JD and the Duffle Bag podcast. M Huncho, blessed.